Yours, damn right, it's better than yours. I can teach you.
Oh, what it is, ho? Oh, what's up? We knew this day would come. We knew this day would come. We knew this day was going to come because, baby, any type of friendship that has anything to do with Roly or Natalie, baby, it is doomed from the start. So I don't even know why bitches is acting surprised about this. Bitch, it's Roly and Natalie. Did y'all really think that friendship was going to last, that fake ass friendship, ho? Literally a joke. Girl, we should have known that this shit was gonna happen, and we should have known that Rollie was gonna run on the internet the first chance she got to expose Natalie in her ways, bitch. It's honestly, I'm telling you, the jokes write themselves. It's really not surprising. But we're gonna get into the mess because, baby, it is messy and it's tea. Let's go ahead and get into it. Big Chin and Big Back is at it again.
I don't got no smoke with none of these girls in the house, but Rollie, like, you keep pushing me there, and it's time for me to just handle mine. What bar?
You stay right there.
What bar?
What's all that yellow?
What bar, bitch? I said what bar, bitch? Bar, bitch.
Alright, y'all, so like I said, girl, Roly and Natalie are at it again, and this all started back on, well, it's really not even a back on, bitch. It all started on Baddies Africa towards the end of the season. Y'all all seen at the beginning of the season, no shade to Roly, but it's all shade to Roly because Roly definitely was licking all up on Natalie's chin, meat munching Natalie, sticking up for Natalie, basically being Natalie's muscle. Yeah, basically being her muscle, especially when it came to Natalie versus Scotty and Anna. When the shit ain't have nothing to do with Roly, she was chiming in and making slick ass comments and sticking up for Natalie. And it's like, girl, whole time Natalie don't even like you. Whole time Natalie is using you as her muscle, and she don't even mess with you like that, boo. But baby, let's go ahead and recap that because towards the end of the season, it went down between Roly, Scotty, and Natalie. Let's get into it. She got snatched up. Baby, apparently Roly and Scotty jumped on Natalie in the club, and they had Natalie leaving the club with her wig lopsided damn near off her head, really off her head, and she got snatched up. That's when Roly unfollowed Natalie, and then she been shading Natalie ever since.
Lind and Sapphire are the prettiest baddies that has stepped foot on the fucking platform. Not even Miss CEO herself is topping Scotland.
And that brings us to the latest interview that Roly did. Y'all know one thing about it and two things for sure, bitch. If Roly gonna spill her guts. Roly's gonna expose you. She gonna spill her guts. She gonna do all that. Okay, so she got on a podcast and basically spilled some tea about the real reason why she left the show. And how she's not friends with Natalie, and how Natalie was doing her, how Natalie betrayed her, and how Natalie was just this, that, and the third. Let's go ahead and get into the mess.
Before we even went to Africa, we had got into an altercation in the Louis Vuitton store over her side dude. You know, the trust is gone. I don't care about how much money you can get by me. I'm not doing another season of that show. I'm not about to be breaking my neck and my back and my soul to make no female rich that don't respect me. You know, it's not you that's in front of this camera that's fighting. It's not you that's in front of this camera that's making viral moments and viral sounds and making your show pop. It's these girls. It's me. It's the acknowledgement is not there. Once it feels like you're not on her side or you don't do this, it's like, F you. You know what I'm saying? And I'm tired of going through that. I've been through that on and off with her for years, and we're not even really friends. I don't hang out with her outside the show. I don't care to travel with her and her little whole baddies, whatever you want to call them, her entourage baddies. I don't care to be seen with any of them because at the end of the day, all I care about is the respect that I need and I deserve.
Attitude of bad attitude.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anybody that you did work with that moving forward you would refuse to work with again?
Natalie.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow.
Done with that situation.
What is it that you feel like was the breaking point for you after doing so many seasons?
Well, it's the off-camera stuff for me. It's the talking behind my back. It's the, you know, the being weird. Like, if a person really don't like you, and this is how I roll, this is my principle. If I don't really like you, I don't want to be around you.
Right.
If we can make money together, and I can semi like you, okay, we can make money together, but we don't have to hang out. We don't have to be in each other's face. I can, you know, we could do the scene, we could do this, and then we could go. It was the whole, I feel like it was the whole using me for protection, because most of the girls did not come back this season for Baddies Africa. And I stayed by her side for damn near the whole time into the ending. And, you know, when you fall out with certain people, they tend to, and especially people that done, you know, stuff for you, and they feel hurt, like really hurt, they're gonna start showing you things and telling you stuff if they, you know, mess with you too. And there was certain things that I was shown, you know, me being called a fat, you know, while I'm standing to get her out of here. I don't want her in my room while I'm standing in a room. Like, we had got into an altercation in the Louis Vuitton store over her side dude. You know,
not the Louis store.
Yes, we were in the Louis Vuitton store with her side dude on some weirdo type stuff. So me and her ended up getting into it. Me and her ended up getting into it. I thought that was for one season. I get paid a lot, but for me having to do her job this season while she was out doing whatever the hell she was doing and having a ball in Africa, and I gotta get up every morning and get these girls together and learn these girls and make sure that this is happening and that is, like, I felt drained. And for a motherfucker to talk behind my back the whole time while I was there and not to even give me a proper thank you, and here I want to show my appreciation, like, Natalie is done in my books. She's done.
Okay, so as you can see, Rollie got she got in an interview and started popping her shit, and Natalie responded. She said, "Natalie this, Natalie that. Girl, please stop using my name for clout. Promote your own show on your new network, and the only advice I can give you is get your audio and sound together, because that echo ain't it." That girl, okay, so she said get your audio and your sound together, because baby, that echo is not it. That needs to be your focus. So Natalie is saying, bitch, you got bigger fish to fry, ho. Worry about what you got going on. Stop mentioning me, ho. And then Natalie said, talk about somebody did my job. The one to be me is getting out of control. You are not Natalie. Natalie is saying that Rollie wants to be her so bad. She said, bitch, you never did my job.
But for me having to do her job this season while she was out doing whatever the hell she was doing and having a ball in Africa.
So Natalie said, girl, the wannabe Natalie, she's saying Rollie wanna be like her. She said, bitch, you wanna be like me, ho. You can't do my job. You're not doing my job. So then she continues, and then she said, again, I wish all my baddies nothing but the best. Unfortunately, everyone is entitled to their own opinions and have their own perspective on situations, and they're all entitled to that. I again have nothing bad to say about anybody. And then goes on to say that she put blood, sweat, and tears into Baddies, okay? And that she works hard and this, that, and the third. Then she ends it with baddie shot o'clock, I run LA. Okay, so Natalie also took it to Instagram, being petty, being messy, being shady, basically saying that she was looking for another BBW because, you know, she wants to replace Rollie. Rollie got on the podcast talking all that shit. She want to replace Rollie now. So Rollie responded and she said a motherfucker could bring in 1 million big girls and not one will ever give Rollie. I don't care if she spit fire out her ass. Oh, sorry. I don't care if she spit fire out her, you know what? It will never give the entertainment I bring. I will never take away from myself, because before Baddies, I've been talked about on Zeus. Been bringing entertainment to shows, whether it was Jerry Springer or anywhere else. I make people talk now. Watch this. And then she puts a caption basically saying whatever network she goes to, she's going to bring numbers, she's going to bring clout, she's going to bring all that. She don't need Zeus because she been a topic since before Zeus. Even if the topic was her rolling around in Alfredo sauce, ho. Rollie is at her wit's end, baby. She is tired. She don't want nothing else to do with Zeus, with Baddies, with Natalie, with none of that. And I want to get into everything that she talked about. I want to get into everything that she talked about. First of all, so apparently before the show even started, before they even went to Africa, her and Natalie were already getting into it. So she said that basically they were in the Louis Vuitton store and her and Natalie got into it about something.
Before we even went to Africa, we had got into an altercation in the Louis Vuitton store over her side dude. You know?
So I don't know what it was about it, but she said because of her side piece, because of Natalie's side piece. So Natalie's side piece was in the Louis Vuitton store with them and they got into it about him, over him. She said over him. Girl, I don't know girl, what happened? I'm trying to figure it out. But either way, they were already into it and arguing and had some type of animosity towards each other before they even stepped foot on set. Which still baffles me because like I said, there's no way There's no way. You're meat munching Natalie. You were meat munching Natalie that much when you guys first got onto the show in Africa, when y'all filmed that little scene in Atlanta before y'all know, where Anna and Natalie got into it, Scotty got into it with Natalie, girl, it was a mess. And she was screaming at Scotty and getting into it with them. Oh, y'all better not jump her. Y'all better not jump her. Da-da-da-da-da. Just, calling Scotty childish and on Scotty's ass, having Natalie's back, being Natalie's muscle because Natalie can't do it herself. And meat munching Natalie and licking all up on her chin and riding Natalie's meat for what? For what? And y'all was already getting into it before that. Why would you continue to put yourself in these situations when at this point, I know if the fans know how Natalie is, if the fans know how Natalie is, we know how she get down, we know she can't keep a friendship, we know she can't be a real friend to somebody. Okay, she betrays them at some point in time. You know this better than anybody, ho. You're around her. Not only that, but it was already heated between y'all before y'all even got on screen. Why would you get on screen doing that? No. Just for her and Scotty to allegedly team up at the end of the season and snatch Natalie up. It just didn't make any sense, and it was embarrassing for Natalie. It was embarrassing for Rollie. And like I said, I believe what Rollie is saying about Natalie, because literally Rollie had Natalie's back. She was 10 toes down behind Natalie, sticking up for her even when she wasn't in the room, just for Rollie to go outside and check on Natalie, and Natalie literally closed the door in Rollie's face. Like, I just know she feels so dumb. Like, you gotta feel dumb, girl. Ain't no way that you don't feel dumb. And then again, it's like at this point, I believe these people when they come out and they spill the tea about Natalie and they exposed her, because baby, everybody cannot be lying. Everybody is not lying. I don't care. Girl, everybody is not lying about you, ho. Everybody's not lying. But it's like, again, we hear stories after stories after stories, people after people after people coming out and telling us how Natalie has deceived them in some type of way, has betrayed them in some type of way, or was not a real friend and was talking about them and doing this and that and that and this. Why do y'all still stick beside her? First of all, I'm not gonna lie, I don't even understand why Natalie and Rollie were even friends in the first place for this long. I understand, yes, you guys have to work together at the end of the day. It was obvious that Rollie was not going anywhere, and bitch, Natalie was the creator and the EP of the show. So Natalie's not gonna go anywhere either. However, why would you allow yourself? Mind you, at a certain point, Natalie and Rollie were literally calling each other sisters. There's just no way. Why would you allow yourself to get close to somebody like that? Like, it just doesn't make any sense. And honestly, I don't think that Rollie is any different, because Rollie falls out with all of her friends too. You know what I'm saying? I just don't get it. I don't get it. And then you blacked her eye back on Baddies South. You whooped her. You blacked her eye at the reunion. Ran her up off her own set. I don't understand why they were even friends in the first place. There's no real friendship that's gonna come out of shit like that, especially at the Baddies South reunion. Let's take it back. Rollie was literally talking about Natalie being a bad mother. She brought up Natalie's daughter, and she in the midst of that basically called Natalie a bad mom. She said, bitch, go back home with your kid. You're never home with your kid. And you know what I'm saying, throwing low blows. Rollie is the one that put it out there that Scotty and Natalie were allegedly messing with each other and doing stuff and going on trips and doing that and selling cat. Rollie was the one that put all of that out there. But you're telling me that y'all sisters? I'm talking about literally calling each other, sister this, sister that. Nah. No ma'am, no ham, no turkey. The friendship was never real to begin with, and that's just what it is. So it doesn't surprise me that these two have fallen out. First of all, Rollie falls out with everybody. You know what I'm saying? Natalie definitely falls out with everybody, baby. Natalie has a track record of years. She got years worth of people coming out and speaking against her. Like, and again, it's like y'all still choose to be this woman's friend knowing what she's about. There's nothing wrong. If you want to get your bag, get your bag. If Baddies is the only way that you're going to get your bread, get your bread. Nobody's stopping you. If you know that you have a secure spot on the show, it is what it is. But why y'all running around acting like y'all friends calling each other sister? And then as soon as she do something you don't like, or as soon as she talk about you, because Rollie said that she was waking up, getting the girls together, basically playing EP, doing Natalie's job. Natalie was nowhere to be found, baby. Natalie was having a motherfucking ball in Africa, baby. Nowhere to be found. And it makes sense because the new girls was telling her a couple episodes ago, KK Co Killer Ho. She was literally telling Natalie, like, you don't with us. You're barely here. You don't talk to us. You're not even here enough to get to know us. You don't care about us. Stop acting like you care about us. You don't. And Rollie literally said the same thing along the same lines. Like, Natalie was not there. I was there. I was waking up and getting the girls together. I was playing EP while Natalie got to do what she wanted to do. And then, not only am I doing that, but she's showing no type of appreciation for it. And then she's talking shit about me behind my back. Why are you surprised? Why are you surprised that Natalie is talking shit about you behind your back? Do y'all not remember back? This was way back on Baddies ATL, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? And Baddies ATL was the absolute most worst and boring season ever. But baby, if you watched it, you watched it. If you kept up with the tea, you kept up with the tea. Do y'all not remember how Natalie was in everybody's face being friendly, but behind closed doors, she was talking to Sarah, talking about everybody? You know what I'm saying? And Sarah recorded everything and put it on the internet. Natalie is a fake ass hoe. We already know this. I just don't understand why they allow themselves, why they put themselves through that. Especially Scotty and Rollie, when both Scotty and Rollie have a secure spot on the show. Now, it's one thing if you are a desperate fake ass hoe who wants to be around a bitch who talks about you, aka Dolly. You know what I'm saying? Because Dolly admitted, oh yeah, Natalie can talk about me all she wants to. I'm still here. I still want to be her friend. I'm still going to do this. Natalie could have said this, that about me. I don't care. Right? Because you're desperate. Because you're so desperate for the clout and the money and all that, to where you're willing to lose your self-respect and be around somebody who doesn't even like you. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Okay. That's what you want to do. That's what you want to do, right? But again, it's one thing if you were like that and your spot on the show was like a little iffy, you know what I'm saying? You don't really know if you're gonna come back or not. So you're trying to kiss up to the boss because you're a fake desperate hoe. Okay, that's what you want to do it, right? But Scotty and Rollie they don't have to kiss up to Natalie. Y'all don't have to meet much. Y'all don't gotta lick that big ass chin. Y'all don't gotta do none of that. Because you guys were solidified. You guys have been on seasons and seasons and seasons. Y'all know you're gonna come back. Zeus is not gonna let y'all go anytime soon. So why do you feel like you have to keep a relationship with her? Girl, please. If I was Scotty, Rollie, or one of them, and I knew my spot was secured on the show, whether I put my hands on this hoe or not, or whether I talk to this hoe or not, or whether I'm friends with her or not, I promise you, if I don't agree with the things that she's doing, if I don't like the things that she's doing, if I know that she's fake, I'm not going to be her friend. I wouldn't even do it if my spot wasn't secure. But I'm just saying, if you were in that position to where you're desperate and you want that spot that bad, okay, it's still pathetic, but it's like, okay, but they're not. Rollie and Scotty are not even in that position. The only way Zeus is gonna let them go is if they walk away. You know what I'm saying? So I just don't understand why it's just the same. Again, it's tea, it's drama, and it gives us something to talk about. But it's low-key like, how many times are y'all gonna let this girl deceive y'all? Like, y'all have been around for so many of her fallouts. Y'all have been around when she wronged people. Y'all have been around for so much of this stuff. But y'all still continue to be her friends and then cry wolf and act like you just ain't know what she was about. Baby, you knew what she was about. You just didn't think that she was going to do it to you. And she did. Girl, Rollie over there doing her job. Apparently, according to Rollie, doing her job. And Natalie just having a blast, ain't saying thank you, none of that. And not only that, but Natalie is talking cash shit behind her back. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. It's Natalie. Stop acting surprised. I say this every single time. Stop acting surprised. Stop it, child. And let's get into Natalie's responses, girl. Natalie is online popping it about Rollie, talking about, oh yeah, like you're a wannabe Natalie. You're a wannabe Natalie, like doing my job. Yeah, you wanna be me. Da 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 da. Tell wannabe Natalie to be quiet. Get on the podcast, clout chasing. My thing is with Natalie is that Natalie talks. She pops it real good on the internet. Pops it so good on the internet. I'm talking about, yeah, she pops it. Natalie, you're not like that. Every single time Rollie confronted you about something, every single time Rollie checked you about something, you were on mute. On mute. Girl, Rollie literally sat there in your face back on Baddies Midwest after the whole Tommy thing went down and Rollie was mad at Natalie because she felt like Natalie was being a bad friend again. It's just like, girl, how many times does she have to show you that she's not a real friend for you to understand that she's not your friend for real? Like, girl, anyways, you're nothing but a paycheck to Natalie, girl. You come on the show, you have your viral moments, you're a staple on the show. She gets money off of you. That's it, that's all. It's nothing more and nothing less. But let's go ahead and move on. I feel like every single time Rollie confronts Natalie, she checks Natalie about something. And she checks her to her face. Let's not get it twisted. I feel like Natalie don't be on none of that. Natalie don't have no energy towards Rollie. Rollie literally called Natalie a bitch. You know what I'm saying? She called you the B word, baby. The big B. The big B. You know what I'm saying? She called you the big B, bitch. And what did you do? You said, who's the bitch? And she looked you in your face and said you, and you literally did nothing. And there's so many times where she has pulled Natalie's card and checked Natalie, the EP, mind you, and the creator, mind you, and the face of the entire show, mind you. She done checked Natalie so many times and called Natalie out her name in front of all the girls. Pulled Natalie's card on camera, and Natalie hasn't done nothing. So Natalie, we don't want to hear anything that you have to say online. We don't. Because whenever it's in person, you're not on none of that with Rollie. Not no more, at least, baby. You don't be wanting none of that, girl. So I don't really want to hear nothing that Natalie has to say. But girl, Natalie is trying to replace Rollie. She went online, like I said earlier, and basically said that she was looking for a BBW. And she wanted to replace Rollie. So we're just going to see how this goes, where this goes. Girl, this was a BS ass friendship. This friendship was never real. Let's just keep it a buck. I don't even know why they were calling each other friends. And, oh, that's my sister. Girl, y'all, girl, please. Okay. Girl, boo. Girl, please. And some people were in the comments talking about how, you know, Rollie got entitled. Girl, I seen one comment. It said basically that Rollie got entitled and she wanted to take Natalie's job. So I just feels like there is a lot going on here. There is a lot going on here. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, Natalie also basically said the same thing. Like, bitch, you want my job. You want my spot. You want to be Natalie Nunn. And some of the girls in the comments were also saying the same thing, that Rollie got more and more entitled as the seasons went on. And wants Natalie's job, and that's her real issue with Natalie. So y'all let me know how y'all feel, what the real issue is, and if you feel like they were real friends to begin with, y'all. Alright, y'all, so that is all I have for you guys today. If you guys made it this far, go ahead and drop a clown emoji, because Rollie is a clown if she ever thought that Natalie was her motherfucking friend. Okay? Clown! Baby, clownery. Okay, so go ahead and drop that clown face emoji. I love y'all so much. It's MessyMya. Girl, I'm out this hoe. Bye.